Hi, I'm Harini Raghu. I'm a postdoc at Stanford, and I'm here at AAI in Seattle. And what brought me here, or what I'm looking for here in the conference, is one thing is to learn about some of the new things, some unpublished work that a lot of the big PIs talk about, and also kind of get to know some of my peers, my competitors, and figure out where they're at their research, and also in general make some new friends. The driving force for me to get into this field is actually a very personal story. I've grown up with my mother, who is a rheumatoid arthritis patient, and that drove me to really try to understand the disease. And as a little girl, I didn't know how much, I didn't know any science behind it. And when I decided to start studying it, I realized there's so much that we don't know, and that's what I've been focusing on studying for the last 8 years or so. I am a researcher in an academic lab, and what I love most about what I do is the complete degrees of freedom I have to take my work in whichever direction that I deem fit, to generally move the ball forward in the research field that I'm working in, but also keeping in mind that the work that we do may actually impact everyday people. That's pretty much what I love about my job as a researcher. The aha moment that I had was, for me personally, that I was able to identify a gaping hole in the field of arthritis that I study. And it struck me, like, how is this question still unanswered for such a big disease that affects so many people? And so, even though I'm not trying to answer the question in its entirety, like, what's the meaning of life? That's not what we're trying to answer. But, some aspect of the question that we're trying to answer, I think, is going to help a lot of people. Some of the testing that our lab has done that has helped move this field forward. So the current lab that I'm in, Bill Robinson's lab, so they identified markers in your blood that will predict help predict whether you're going to have severe rheumatoid arthritis or not. So routinely we do those kinds of blood tests. It's not true that people that have these certain markers go on to get disease. It's a predictive mechanism. But if they did, it is a high likelihood that they will have severe disease compared to those that didn't have some of these markers. I have always worked. My first time being in AI, it's been really nice. It met all my expectations as a student. I never came here as a student, but I've been to several other bigger conferences, and I think this is more focused and not. Most others are focused at clinicians and how clinicians can take these findings to practice. But this is one of the few conferences that focuses on the basic science of it, and that is very helpful for me. Some of the new skills that I was looking forward to learning here, and we're seeing some of it today, is how you can apply large-scale data sets to transform understanding of a disease. And so we do, I was at a session this morning on macrophage health, and they are looking at populations in general rather than individual species, to better understand how macrophages, a cell type of the immune system, will alter disease pathogenesis. And so that is a skill that I think going forward, most of us immunologists need to acquire. And I'm very happy that I got to see that here at AAI.